Hello everybody, Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Yesterday I did a video about this man on the run after attempting to run over sheriff's deputy in Martin County. His name was Eric Perez, and he was wanted for attempted capital murder, and that was in 2012, a few months after I had been shot with my phone lines cut, which would be an attempted capital murder. I wondered if he was the guy that shot me. I have some more stuff I want to show you about that. This was a message I found on my answer machine before the murder attempt, and it was so unusual, I recorded it because it mentioned a massage parlor and a woman named Perez, okay? And we're going to listen to that. And I wondered if that wasn't going on under my house.
Hi, Miss Gibson. This is Norma Perez. I own a salon, and I spoke to the lady at the massage place down the way, and I'm really interested in leasing a spot from you. Would you please call me back?
Okay. So, and also a Miss Gibson. I don't know if that was connected, that Perez was related to Eric Perez, but I thought it was interesting. Okay. Now I'm going to show you another one. This is an overview of my house, okay? And I want to show you here. Here's the Midland Home Depot store, the big building, and then there's the alley right here. And then behind that, the store is my home, okay? And I was shot right here by somebody under my home on January 28, 2012. In my backyard, it's believed to be one of the 4 underground homes. We're going to listen to that in a minute, okay? And then over here, I think, is another one of the underground homes by this home here on Westmont Court. And I'm going to explain that more in a minute, but it has a water well and a mortar problem, just like my home had, okay? And then over here on this side, across from the Fairmont Park Church of Christ, is another home. Also had the same mortar problem, also has a water well. So I think maybe that's another one. So that'd be 3 of the 4 underground homes. What I was showing here, though, having to do with Perez is here's my home where I was shot. Here's this home where it's suspected one of the underground homes is. This home right directly across the street from it is a family named Perez. And I wondered if the people lived here was related to that Eric Perez, okay? And, I did more of that story about the red Camaro. That was at this house right here where it said Eric Perez had used a Camaro to try to run over Martin County Sheriff deputies. And then about the next day, this red Camaro was wrecked and it was hauled off on a wrecker, on a flatbed. And so, anyways, I'm going to show you more. Okay, I've got a lot of information from a lot of people, documenting multiple people saying tunnels, underground homes are here, supporting evidence on Google Maps. But here's one of the phone calls. Here's why I believe there's 4 underground homes. Listen to what this lady told me.
So the buildings underground that he was talking about, it was not 1 million, it was actually 4, and they're actually homes.
That are underground?
3-bedroom, yes, they're 3-bedroom homes.
That lady told me that they were at least 25 foot deep. I had another woman told me that the word is that they were in caverns underground. So, I mean, they could even be deeper than that, 150 foot deep. I have no idea, but she said at least 100 or at least 25 foot deep. Okay, so she told me there's 4 underground homes. One of them, of course, is at my home, I know. And my home, this is a picture I got when I first looked at this home. You can see the brick mortar problem. The joints, the concrete between the bricks, it was breaking, falling out. Sometimes you could stick your finger, I'd see all the way through it. Actually, right here, you've seen a pipe in there. A private investigator found a pipe right on the other side of the brick, and there shouldn't have been a pipe in there. It looked like a water pipe, copper pipe, right there. But anyways, it has a brick mortar problem, and on the other 2 homes also had brick mortar problems. Okay, and here's another overview picture. This side is my house, my yard, and right here's where it's believed to be the underground home or facility, where the oil show parties were going on. And the neighbor right on the other side of the fence has a water well. That's saying that was a suspected tunnel entrance that I made a lot of videos about too. That was put in around the time it's believed that the last homeowner was murdered here, and then it was also there when I was shot with my phone lines cut, and then it was taken out when I started posting pictures of it online. But anyway, the main thing is here's a water well, mortar problem. Okay, and here's another map screen, and what I want to show you here, lady said, go look up your home on Google Maps. I did. In my backyard on the map screen was this large building in my backyard. Here's my home where I shot, and in my backyard right here, and that water well's right here. Okay, but you flip over the satellite screen, you couldn't see it from above ground. So I think it's one of the underground homes. Here's a print screen I took of Tish Ann Wilkinson Brumley. Said, I've had friends that have been involved in those oil show parties. They're exactly what you say. They are in underground homes. And that's what I believed. Because in 2010, my friend Angie McGee Hurley that I worked with would leave my home right here and drive around and be at the oil show parties in 5 minutes. And I know this because we talked on the phone while she drove there. I'm going to show you how I think it happened. Okay, here's another overview screen. Okay, back Home Depot store right here. Here's my home. Here's the underground home in the backyard. Okay, Angie was leaving my home, and in 5 minutes, she was at the location of the oil show parties. I know this because we were talking on the phone while she drove there. She had a Bluetooth headset, and it could be verified by phone records if somebody would just check. And I believe she just drove around here and parked in the Home Depot parking lot. Come in this store, and somewhere in that store there was a tunnel entrance, and then here it is right here. I found it on Google Earth historical maps right there where they cut the ground right here coming to my house. That's where I believe that they came from there, and even Angie, and that's where you got underground to the underground home in the backyard. Okay, this is the home on Westmont Court, and I'm going to show you this lady right here. Her name was Rhonda Denman Rogers. Law enforcement could talk to her if they wanted. And I was chatting. I said, there's an underground facility somewhere by her. And she says, yes, I know it's a half block away. She didn't say 8 blocks, 9 blocks, 2 blocks. She said a half block away. Half block away from my house, around the corner, out of my cul-de-sac, and right here is that home on Westmont Court. This home had the same brick mortar problem my home had. They whitewashed it. That's why it's white now, okay? And then there is a water well. So I got a water well, you got a mortar problem, it's a half block away. That's why I suspect that's where one of the underground homes is. And where the oil show parties and where the girl got married, I don't know. I just figure one of the 4 underground homes. Maybe the one in my backyard, maybe the one here. I think this guy worked for a safety company, and I could see safety people at oil show parties. Okay, and here's where I think another one of the underground homes is located. And the why? Because this home had the same brick mortar problem I did. They re-bricked the home. That's why it looks like that. And right there is a water well. So a water well, brick mortar problem, and that's right down my alley, right across the street from the Fairmont Park Church of Christ. I had a law enforcement officer advise me to sneak around that church right there. This was the message from Kevin Kahn. He sent me this picture of the Fairmont Park Church of Christ. Right across there is that home where I believe one of the underground homes is at. And he says, sounds like you need to go to that church and look around. And I took that as a clue. I think he was an Ector County law enforcement officer. Okay, back to the overview screen. Here's the Home Depot. Across from the Home Depot is my home. There's one of the underground homes in my backyard. We saw that. Here's where it's believed, the other one on Westmont Court, and the one across from Fairmont Park Church of Christ. See where I drew this line? Remember that video where that guy was running down my alley, being chased by a car, and then put in the trunk under gunpoint? Well, they come from the direction of that church right there. And we'll watch that right now. This was after midnight in August 2016. My dog was barking. I looked up at the cameras, and this is what I saw. Okay, here we go.
There's a person running. Look, they're running. They're running down the alley. Okay, they're down there at the end. They got their hands in the air like, don't shoot, don't shoot. Did they get hit? I don't know. Something happened. The car gunned it. I could hear them gun it. All right, now they're opening up the trunk. Okay, and they shut in the trunk, and now they're leaving. Okay. There's a person running.
That was seen by over 100,000 people. I sent it to law enforcement, contacted the press, and was nothing. There was a lady just a couple of days ago that there wasn't nothing there, and that's like bull crap. Here, what I want to show you, I want you to look right in here, and you can see the guy's head bopping up and down right there. Watch right there by that tree. Okay.
There's a person running.
See him right there?
Running down the alley.
That's what I'm saying. And I said, bull crap, absolutely, 100%. There was a guy, I could see his head. He's running, and then the car stopped right here, and they opened the trunk up, and he got his hands up in the air, and they put him in the trunk. I wonder if he's alive, and I highly suspect that was connected to the many crimes and murders here. Remember, I was told there were 4 murder deaths at this house. Okay, this will be the last one, but this guy here, local Freemason, Aaron Packover, he said, but if I can ask, there are 4 people who were murdered, died at your house. What are their names, you know? And then I put up there who I thought the names were. The last homeowner died right before I moved in. I found evidence. I'm convinced he was killed here, taken to Fort Worth. Rini Escobar Sanchez, a still missing man from Odessa. I've got videos about that and why I think it is. There's the young girl at the oil show party in 2010 that Angie told me about. And then Matt Hyman, who I believe was electrocuted. Now, I want to point out he said murdered, died, and I think the reason he did, because I think Matt Hyman was electrocuted. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.